involved in negotiations on the Iranian nuclear program. We do support very strongly that there be a negotiated settlement to the issue, and we encourage both our friends in Iran and our friends in the US and the European side to explore every option to a negotiated settlement. That's the only information I have on that.
Minister,
And I'll go here and then I'll come back here.
Minister, the Israeli ambassador here the other day said that two-state solution is off the table. I asked twice. He said it's off the table. So is the process, the diplomatic process between Saudi Arabia and Israel still on the table, and what is the interlink between these?
Well, the interlink is clear. The Crown Prince, in his speech to the Shura Council, now 2 years ago almost, made it very clear that there cannot be a process of normalization between the kingdom and Israel without a Palestinian state. But I would allow maybe my colleagues, if they want to add a comment, because it's not just about the relationship between Saudi Arabia and Israel that is at stake. It is also a belief in peace and coexistence, and I think the countries that have recognized Palestine maybe want to make a quick comment on that.
Yes, I would like to. Norwegian Foreign Minister Espen Barth Eide. We were together with Spain, Ireland, and Slovenia. We recognized yesterday, and as you know, over the last days, we've had a wave of new recognition from Western countries, taking the number of countries that have recognized Palestine to, I believe, 159, which is the latest number. But we also underline that when countries like Spain and Norway decided to shift from our traditional position of recognizing at the end of a process to a position of recognizing as a contribution to a process. This was very much because we understood that waiting to the end of a process that did not happen was in fact giving a veto to that party that wanted least progress, and that was for the last many years the government of Israel. So we wanted to say that we need to put on the table now that there shall be a two-state solution, that Israel cannot have an eternal veto against what's happening with the people and on the territory that they illegally occupy. They have interests that we will respect, but so have the Palestinians, which is why we take this new mandate forward. And working closely with this group of Arab foreign ministers over almost 2 years now, we realized that there was a possibility to bridge this Western move to recognition and also to strengthening our support for the Palestinian state institutions with the long-term promise of a normalization between key Arab states and Israel. And these are pieces of a broader puzzle that only together will take us to the long-term prospect of a two-state solution. And to a previous question, if I may add, there are immediate tasks and long-term tasks, and we need to focus on both. In Gaza, we have to stop the war, get humanitarian aid in, and move into some kind of immediate post-war administrative structure, which is being discussed. In the West Bank, which we must not forget, the immediate task is to save the Palestinian government, the Palestinian institutions. They are at the brink of, almost at the brink of collapse because they're financially strained and their capacity very much limited by the expansion of settlements and violent settler activity. So these are the immediate needs, and the latter issue will be discussed in a few minutes in the ad hoc liaison committee in support of a two-state solution. But then the long-term needs is how we transition from this into an outcome which means that both Israelis and Palestinians can live in peace in a two-state solution. And while we know that a two-state solution is further away on the ground because of what's happening, it's politically closer than ever before because of this massive support it has from large parts of the international community.